Hi, welcome to PCRM. I will log in as admin. Once I log in as admin, I will have access to all the modules of PCRM. I will start with configuration, which is required to run the CRM application. First, I will start with branch. So you need to add a branch. So I have already added main branch. So you can add more details about branch using another branch like add using add branch. You can give a branch name, branch address, and mail ID of the branch, and then phone number. So once this is done, I move to the next one like invoice configuration. To raise an invoice, you need some of the details like from details, invoice from details, and then invoice bank details where the client needs to pay the invoice amount, and then invoice descriptions. I will go over one by one. So invoice from details, you can add like name, address, email, and phone number. This is the one which will be used for invoice from details. Okay, so I have already one details here. Next is like invoice bank details where you will give the bank information details like bank name, bank branch, IFSC, SWIFT code, account name, account number, account type, and then PAN number, GST number. Some of the fields are optional, some of the fields are mandatory. So these details will be displayed in the invoice which you will be raising in the CRM. Okay, so I have already some details here. So I just you can edit it. Next is like invoice description. So if you have descriptions for the invoice which you are going to reuse again and again, those kind of descriptions you can add it here in the configuration, so that while generating the invoice, while creating the invoice, you can select the description from the already created one. Okay, so here you can add in invoice description and the amount for that particular description. Okay, so I covered invoice config. Next I will go over the email template. So in the CRM application, there are notifications will be sent to the customer. Like for example, when you generate an invoice, when you send an email, um, it will be like the subject of the email will be like invoice with invoice number, and the email content will be like dear client name. The name will be like dynamic variable, and please find the attached invoice. Invoice summary will be like the summary details of the invoice. Okay, so if you want, you can edit this invoice template. So you can edit it, and then you can add your own details like instead of regards ECRM, you can add your name, and instead of this one, you can add your company address or whatever you want. You can edit it. Okay. So this is email template. So you can see all the list of emails used in the CRM application, like leave request approved, leave request rejected, new ticket, new user created, ticket update, project user added, project user removed. So you can edit all those email templates. Okay, next I will go over the league configuration. So first one is like employee location. So why we need employee location is like in each based on the location, the holidays might be varying. For example, in Tamil Nadu, there may be some holidays they will be following. In Karnataka, they will be following some holidays in a given year, and in Kerala, they will have. So each state will have its own holidays. So for that, we need the employee location. So it just yeah, you need to add as many locations you want. If you want, if you have different branches in different states, then you need to add your branch location basically. Like okay, add employee location. You need to add the locations. Okay. Now next is like weekly workdays config, where you will mention about your business working days in a given week. What are the holidays? So you will select whichever days you are working, unselect whichever days you are not working. Okay, And then for each day number of hours you are working. Okay, so you will give those details here. So this one weekly work days config, based on this only timesheet will calculate this many hours only. Okay, so if you put 8 hours, the timesheet it will look for 8 hours. If you put 9 hours, the timesheet will look for 9 hours. Okay, 9 working hours. Okay, and then holiday config is like for each location for the given year, what are the holidays. Okay, so based on your location for the given year we will add holiday. So for example, this is the location, only location I have, and then the date and the details, the holiday date, and then holiday details you will enter. Okay. Okay, next is like employee leave config. This is the one where you will configure the leaves for that particular employee type. For example, for contract employee, these are the leave types. So employee type is contract. So total casual leaves for that employee in a given year is like 12 days, and then maximum casual leave per month. So what is allowed per month is like 1. Okay, total paid leave is like 12, and then maximum paid leave per month is like 1. So total unpaid leave is 0. So whichever is not applicable you can leave it as 0. So this is not this is flexible, so based on your requirement you can change accordingly. Okay, so for each for permanent employee this is the one. Okay, so you can edit it anyway. Okay. So next is like I covered the leave config. Next I will go over the client. Okay, so client is like you can either add client using the details here, like which branch the client is deal handled it, from which branch you need to select that branch. If you don't have any branch, you just add one branch like main branch and then select that one and give the client name, client address, email, phone number, whichever details you have. Okay, GST number, PAN number, Aadhaar number, etc. Okay, and then you will add that client. Okay, or you can, if you have large number of clients, you can upload client using this option, using the Excel sheet. So the format of the Excel sheet will be like this one. So branch ID, name, address, phone, GST, PAN, Aadhaar. So this is like client name. So you can add the format of the Excel sheet will be like this. So you can add as many rows as you want, and then you will upload this details using the choose file. So you just upload it. So once you upload it, that details will be available here. Okay. Okay. Next, I will go, this is the basic configuration. Next, I will go over the admin level configuration. Okay, so where in admin you have a user where you will add users to the application, CRM application. So the user may be, so if I click on add user, there may be like different types of users like accounts, client, HR, super admin, support user. So based on the user type, the access to the application will be decided based on the user type. So for example, if I select like client, it will ask you to select the particular client, which this user is for which client. So you need to select that particular client. Okay, and then give the name for of the particular user, and then contact number, email, WhatsApp number if it is available, and then user ID and password for that particular user, new user. Okay, so for example, yeah, I have created some client users, like this is one of the client users, right? So name is Hari, so his email, and what is the user ID for that particular user. Okay. Okay, so you have in the user, we have like if there is the first icon, this is like to reset the particular reset the password for the particular user. Okay, and then this one is like delete that particular user. The third icon is like user access. So for example, if we go into this accounts user type. Okay, so this user is here on accounts is a type of accounts. Okay. So for accounts user, he has this kind of some of the things is not relevant to accounts, so he don't have access. So whichever you don't have access, it comes with a close symbol. Whichever he has access, it comes with a right symbol. Okay. Okay, so if I want to give specific access for the particular user, then it is also possible. So even though he belongs to accounts, if he needs to give access to ticket, I can give it here. Okay, so if I enable it, I am giving rights to that particular user. Okay. Okay. Next one is once I give users email config. So for the CRM application to use email, we need to have some email configuration. Okay, that email configuration you will do it from here. So what is the name of the email? If you have multiple email providers, then you will have you need to give some name by which you can easily see from here, like which is the email provider. Okay, so what is the SMTP host of the email provider, and then SMTP port, SMTP username password if it is available. If it's not available, leave it blank. And then I'm a host, and I'm a port. Okay. And once this is done, you need to add the email details. So while adding email details, you need to select the email config whichever created in the previous step. Okay, so you will select a particular email provider, right? And then you will give the email username and email password. And this one, set this as notification email. By setting this email will be used for all the notifications from the CRM application. For example, new user is created, invoice is generated. Okay, the project user is added to the project, ticket is created. So all these notification emails will be sent using this email. Okay. Okay. Next, I will go over my brand. So in the invoice, um, uh, the logo will be used from here only. So if you want to change the logo which is used in the invoice, generated invoice, you need to edit it here. So you can choose the logo file, and what is the logo height and logo width you can mention here, and then update the logo. Okay, and the name also you can update. Okay, next one is like I will go over the now I covered the config, right, and then I covered the admin part. Now this basic CRM is ready, so I will go over each modules one by one. Okay, first I will go over the ticket module. So in the ticket module, I can create a ticket for a particular client. On behalf of a client, I can create a ticket. Okay, and then I can select the client, and then I can select the priority of the ticket. Okay, and then short description of the ticket, and then full description of the ticket, right? And then choose files if there are any screenshots or there are any supporting documents I will attach. And this invoice number, invoice date, and invoice value these are optional fields. So if the ticket requires some invoice which needs to be raised to the client, right? So for that particular ticket, then I can give the invoice number, invoice date, and invoice value. Basically this is used when the invoicing is done outside the CRM application. Like you have a separate system for raising the invoice, so you want to put put those details here by which you can refer that. So for this ticket, this is the invoice, that external invoice. Okay, and then notify by email is to notify the client every time the ticket is updated, whether this needs to be notified by email. So if you didn't check this checkbox, the client won't be notified by email, but the client can log in and he can check his the tickets. He can check the ticket status. Okay, so once you create the ticket, you can see the tickets available in the system, like what are the tickets available. Okay, so for example, this is one ticket which is created some time back. Like I will go once I create the ticket, so this will be like this only. So the ticket ID, this is auto generated. So the title, and then create a date of the client, for which this ticket is created, and then the priority of the ticket, what is the status of the ticket. Okay, and then what is the ticket timeline, so when it is created. Okay, So now when a ticket is created, how will you manage the ticket in your office? Is like you will assign that particular ticket to a particular employee, like he may be a support user or a technical person who needs to look into the ticket. Okay, so what you can do is like you can assign the task. Okay, so you will click on assign task, and then you will select the particular employee who is going to look into that particular ticket. And then if you assign it, it automatically populates which is the ticket id, which is that, and then it will automatically populate the details from the ticket. Okay, and then whether that this task is like the recurring task. If it is a recurring task, you need to mention yes, and then give the recurring details when it, how it is going to recur. Okay, so and then expected completion date for that particular ticket. So you will just select the click on the date and then the time for that particular ticket to complete. Okay, so I just added a task. So once I add the task, so these are the assigned or in progress tasks. Okay, so actually the ticket and task are both are correlated, because for each ticket you may create one or more tasks to complete the ticket. Okay, so check ILF coach email, I'm going into that particular ticket. Okay, the task associated with that ticket. So this is the task id, and which user it has been assigned to, what is the assigned date, what is the expected date, and the ticket details related to that particular task. Okay, so this ticket, right? So if I go into the ticket also, I will see the task. So this is from the admin view, right? So if I log in, so I will log out and then log in as the user to whom the task is assigned. Okay, so this is the user. So if you go in the dashboard, right? So I see like my ticket open or in progress ticket, I see like one ticket, right? If I click on this, I see like check ILF course. So this is the ticket which is assigned to me, like which is a basically like one task is assigned to me, right? So this is the task, is a support user, so this is assigned to me. So it says like it is assigned, right? So I go into this task, and then I will say like okay, I will start work on this task. Okay, so once I start work on this task, I need to update the details, like uh, started looking into this task, this ticket. Okay, so once I update the task, it becomes like in progress. So this says like this is the task which is assigned to me, the associated ticket is this one, so it says like in progress. Okay, so I log out and then I check as the client. So I log in as the client. So if I see from the from the client dashboard, I see like there is a open or in progress ticket. Okay, so if you click on this, I can see this is the ticket. Okay, so it says like status is in progress. If I click on this ticket, I see like these are the details of the ticket. Okay, ticket timeline is like admin has created the ticket, and then support user has updated the ticket plus in progress. Okay, so ticket messages, you can see like support user has started looking into this ticket, right? So some of the other details are not visible to the client, but client will be visible to, he will have a full view of the ticket, like what is happening to the ticket. He may not know about the internal task, right? Internal task is like which is internally handled in our office, which is not exposed to the client, but ticket updates are exposed to the client. Okay, so I will go back, and then I will log in as admin. Okay, so I covered this ticket, so how ticket is updated, ticket is created. So I can see the ticket report. So this is available only to the admin. So I can see like for a given employee, so how many tickets are there, open in progress tickets, how much are there, right? And then I can see the filters like you can see the filters like who is the client, what is the status. So actually there is no much tickets here, so I don't see much data here. But if there are more and more tickets, it will be displayed here, like which is the priority, high priority one, right? Client name is one, right? In progress is one. So based on the status, everything will be there. Okay. So next I will go through the task. Sorry, I will go over the project. So for in our office, we will consider every year, like for example, like 2023 to 24. Okay, this financial year, we may have some projects, right? So we want to complete some project in this financial year. So we create something in the past also. So for example, I created one project like ILF2. So this is for the client ILF attorneys. Okay, so features and enhancements for ILF 2.0. So when I create a project, it will have like, one second, I will go back and create a project, add project. So it will ask you to select the client, and then this short description and full description. If you have any documents, you can attach it for that particular project, and then what is the start date, and then tentative end date. That's all you need, to create a project. So once you are done, you will have this kind of details like this is the project id is auto generated, client title and created date, what is the status, okay, description, and then what are the project messages. So you can add as many messages as you want, like if you click on add message, it is like you can adding something to the project, like if you have some documents, you can attach those documents. So whenever you have, you can attach, like it will be updated here based on the date, okay, and then it will be listed here. And then for a given project, we can create sub projects. So you can add as many sub projects as you want, like add sub project. For example, like monthly sub project, like November one project, December one project, January one project, February one project, March one project. Okay, so as many sub projects as you want, and inside the sub projects, you will add tasks for that particular month. So that will be like project tasks. So what a task you want to handle. So it is like how you will manage your work is like you create a project for the entire year, and then you will add sub projects, and under sub projects you will add tasks. Okay, so in one place you will have a full 360-degree view of your work, what is happening day to day work. Okay, and then if you have any project dependencies, so for example, for this project you have some documents or you have some external dependency, it may be an external dependency or internal dependency. So what it is, and you will create that details here, like you will create a dependency, like who is the person who needs to complete that particular dependency. Okay, and then what is the title short description, and then lengthy description. If you have some documents also, you can attach, and when this needs to be completed, because that project is depending on this activity. Okay, so activity or task, whatever, that is the project dependency. So you will add it. Okay, so if we see here, this is like add WhatsApp account for ILF. This is one expected project dependency. Okay, okay, and then you will add users for that particular project. Okay, I created one project, so I will add either client users and then internal users. So you can I add the user, like you click on add user, and that particular project you can select as many users as you want. Okay, so and then you can manage the users by if you want to remove project access for a particular user, you just remove it. So if you click on remove, it will remove the particular user. Okay, and then minutes of meeting, like for a given project, what you will happen is like you will have regular meetings for that particular project. Like it may be a daily meeting, it may be a weekly meeting. So you will conduct meetings. So you can add meeting. So if you click on add meetings, what is the meeting short description, long description? If you have any attachments you can attach for that meeting. What is the meeting start time and end time, right? Whether it is a recurring meeting, and who are all will be the attendees for the meeting. So you just select the attendees, right? This will list on um, who are all the project users. So it is a project meeting, right? So it will list only the users of the project. Okay, so you will select the attendees, and then if you create the meeting, so it will be available in the meeting. Actually, it will be available in the all meetings or my meetings. So there are no meetings here. Okay, so like this it will be showing like this. So it is an ad hoc meeting, daily ad hoc meeting, right? So if you click on that particular meeting, it will give you meeting details, like what happened. So this is a recurring meeting, like what are the users of the meeting, right? And then if I have any meeting notes, so that will be displayed here. Okay, so whatever the past meetings, you can add meeting notes. So okay. Okay, I just go over the projects, right? So my project, adding a project, and then what are the what can be done inside a project, right? Project tasks, right? Okay. Next, I will go over the task. So task already. So the project also you will see like some reports like in progress, new or in progress projects, completed projects. My project dependency is like if I have any dependency which is assigned to me like admin, then those dependencies will be displayed here. Okay, and then I will go over the task. So task is like you can add a task. You can select an employee. If the task is associated to a particular project, you will select the project. If the task is associated to a particular ticket, you will select the particular ticket. Okay, and then the ticket is not displayed because you only open or in progress tickets will be displayed, so not the completed one. Okay, so the title and description you will give, and then whether this is a recurring task. If you give it as recurring task, you need to give the recurring task details. Okay, and then the expected completion date and time. So that by that way you will create the task. So assign in progress task, you can see whatever assigned in progress task. Okay, so if I log in as a support user, I will see only my task. Other task I can't see. Since it is an admin, I logged in as an admin, I can see all the tasks in that particular application. Okay, so next is like task report. I just covered that as well. Like task report is like whoever has completed, whether the particular employee, what are the you can get all the details like for a particular user, what are the tasks assigned, whether it is overrun, right? What how much time he has taken for that particular task. All those details we can see it here. Okay. Next, I will go over the HR module, where we will manage the team. Like for each employee, this is like one time you need to do. Like for each employee, you will assign the employee type, right? And then which location he is, and then who is the manager and who is the secondary manager. Okay, so for each employee you will do this. For example, this employee, like support user, he is a temporary employee type is temporary, and then which location he is, and then who is the manager and secondary manager. So you will put these details for all the employees of your organization. Okay, next, we will go into the leave. Since I am an admin, I will go over the leave and timesheet from a user per se. Okay, so once this is done, I will log out and then log in as an user. Okay, Now I go into the HR. I see like I want to apply for a leave. Okay. So I can see the view leave balance. So whatever, if I have used something, it will it will deduct and then show the available leave. So for me, um, I didn't apply for any leave. So it says like total casual is 12, total unpaid leave is 10. So what I will do is like I will create a new leave request. Okay. So I will select the leave type like casual leave. So I will select like Monday. So 1 day. So reason is like going to down. Okay. I just submitted. Okay. So the status is applied. Okay. Now I select my team. So my team is like um, my manager is like he is admin. He is my manager. Okay. My location is Ulmalpate. Okay. My employee type is like temporary. Okay, I just log out and then log in as the ES admin. So his manager. Okay. So once I log in as the manager, I see like leaves pending approval in the my team section. There is a leaves pending approval. It says like one. Okay. So if I click on this, I see here one request. Okay, leave request approval pending. Okay, casual leave. This is the user. The type of leave is like casual leave. Number of days is 1 day. Reason. Okay, so I click on approve or reject. So here I will see what are the tasks assigned to the particular person. Okay, so the task are assigned or in progress to this user is a support user. So this is assigned. So I can decide whether I can approve his leave or I can reject his leave, because if something is critical which is waiting on that particular person, then I cannot approve his leave. So I can say like, okay, there is no task, so you can, since one task is in progress, I will say like approve. Mm, complete the task before going on leave. So I just say like, or otherwise I will say, what I will say is like, um, okay, fine. Okay. So here I can see like leave approved or rejected. So it says like casual leave completed. Okay, this is approved. Okay, approved. Okay. Now I log out and then log in as the user. I go to leave. So it says like approved. The status is approved. So if I go to view leave balance, it says like 11 because already one approved leave is there. So it is one is detected. Okay. Okay. Next one is like I will go to the timesheet. Okay. So add timesheet, the date, timesheet for work, leave or on duty. Okay. So leave on duty details, because for on duty I need to apply leave, then only I can work on duty. Okay. So what I will do is like I can apply for a leave. Okay, add timesheet entry. So it will look for if there is any task, you need to select the task, or otherwise you need to. So 2 hours worked on. So 2 hours. So you cannot submit it. So once you reach the 8 hours, then you can submit it. Right. Okay. Now 8 hours is available. So I will submit the timesheet. Okay. So I can click on submit a timesheet. So it gives me like this one. Okay. Work. So I log out and then see my manager, log in as my manager. So I see here in the dashboard timesheet pending approval. So there is a one. So I click on this and then I will see a timesheet submitted by the user. So I can click on to see the view details. So this is the work. So I can see whatever details he has put. Okay. So once that is I'm okay with that, I can select it and then either reject or approve. So I just clicked on approve. So that is like timesheet approved. Okay, approved on, right? So I just covered HR leave approval and timesheet approval, right? So if the particular person like the manager is on leave, then the secondary manager will be approving his timesheet and leaves. Okay, so for this particular user, if there are any secondary reportees, he can see, click on this and see secondary reportees timesheet. Okay, so for example I can go here, leave approval, right? So secondary report is. Okay, so secondary report is approval or rejected, right? So it will ask for the year, right? So secondary team leaves, right? So you can see if it is available. So nothing is available. So okay. So I covered HR, timesheet approval, and leave approval.